do you think that in the future there'll be corporate security will be more incorporated into design to address this problem? Because I don't think people want to sacrifice beauty for.
Well, it's, you know, when we did the building, there was reasonable security. It was just at the time that the Iranians had taken over our embassy in Tehran, and it wasn't difficult to maintain the architecture against anybody but a car bomb or a suicidal terrorist. I mean, that's awfully hard to defend. But if you look at the Canadian embassy on well, it is Constitution in Pennsylvania, now opposite the National Gallery, that building, if you look at it as a security point, it's a honey. I mean, the guy they've got car bomb barriers around it now and bollards, but that building still looks open and friendly to people that want to come and visit it and go to Canada. And if a crazy guy gets in there, the little mouse holes that everybody can run away, and a bomb blast wall and so forth. I really appreciate that building. I wish we could do it more often.
Vincent Scully said that the greatest building on earth is the city of Paris. What's yours?
The one I'm working on now.
Where is it?
Well, right now we're doing, if you can believe it, a house. I have trouble working on big buildings because I'm dealing with the bureaucracy more than my client. There's always these experts who hire experts to look at my drawing. But right now we're working on a house in Nantucket, and we're working on a house in Washington, and we're working on a house in Florida, and in Colorado, which is underway with lots of snow. And we have one in Paris and one in Athens. But big buildings, after I got my office up to 25 people, and I felt like Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill. We have 17 offices with 200 people in each office. And I was losing control at 25, and we're now back to 8, where I'm happy. And I just, you know, when you do a house, you have a chance to really talk with your client, who is not a multi-headed hydra like most corporate offices are. And you have to convince them you're going to be under their bed for the rest of their lives. And so you really get a dialogue going about how do we take advantage of that site? How do we meet your budget? Because in today's market, I mean, contractors are hungry, but there are very few clients. I've had 4 projects stop in the past month, put on indefinite hold, which is terrifying.
This is a question from the audience, has being dyslexic made you a better or more creative architect? How has it affected your work?
It's, I'll tell you, since it's always something I was taught to hide, as most kids, because my son Simon is dyslexic, even worse than I am. And you are compensated for the inability to do math or read. With both Simon and myself, it's mathematics. We could always read vociferously, but I had to memorize, you know, the tables and everything. I still don't understand why 5 times 7 makes 58, but anyway. It's something you learn to get through, like you memorize conjugation of a French verb, but you never get over it. You never get better at it. You just learn how to mask it. And I hire very good engineers, you know. My professor at Yale, who lied for 8 semesters so that I wouldn't go to Korea and get shot. He just did it not because I was a good student. He didn't believe the kids would get killed in Korea. And when I got licensed, I was up at Yale for some alumni thing, and he tapped me on the back. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I just got licensed." He said, "You got licensed?" Things have gone to hell in the South.
I went in the family business myself, and last year wrote a book with my father. And you work with your son. You've done some very amazing projects together. Can you talk a little bit about what that means to a father, to work with his son in the same chosen profession?
You know, your library and mine are filled with the tragedies of fathers and sons who work together, braced back here. And it's, Simon and I have worked together now for 11 years, and I know it's hard for him, you know, working for, I only have one opinion that's right, and it's mine, but we have been able to get along just wonderfully. I think I'm speaking for him. His design sense is incredible. He is superb with clients, and he can diffuse me when I want to throw somebody down the steps. He lives across the street with two of my grandchildren and the most beautiful daughter-in-law, and we see a lot of each other and enjoy one another. He laughs at my jokes, even though he's heard them 37 times.
You tell him about the honeymoon that you, tell him about.
When he got married, I said, "Where are you going on your honeymoon?" He said, "Look," he said, "I work for you 5 days a week. I live across the street. I want to go on my honeymoon with my wife." Hit, hit.